Friday, 43.
Yep.
Yeah, Saturday.
2-1 Saturday
2-1.
for them.
To play the intro or? Oh, okay, okay. Welcome to the Murdoch Show. I'm your host, Shannon Hayden, and of course, joining me is the man himself, General Manager and Head Coach, Dr. Al Murdoch. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. All things considered, we won 10 and lost only 2. I'm always just have a little bit of an edge after a loss. So, and you add to that other team that plays in town and the big score there, it makes me a bit grumpy, I guess, for a day or two. But we'll recover. We'll keep going. Got a big series this weekend with Ohio University and family weekend, always lots of events associated with that. So we'll stay after it. Rankings will come out Friday. Kind of curious what will happen there in that the team that was ranked number 3, Oklahoma, had 2 losses this weekend. So we'll see how that impacts their ranking. And the team ranked number 4 that bumped us to number 5 last week also had a loss on the weekend. But that was our lost opportunity, losing Saturday night. Probably we could have moved up a couple of rankings, but when it all comes down to it, the rankings aren't as important now as they will be spring semester.
But we did win Friday.
You bet. Friday was a super game. A seesaw battle all the way. Very physical team, Williston, national champions, and it was a battle right down to the wire, and couldn't settle it even in overtime, so it had to go to a shootout. Matt Cooper was outstanding in the net, stopping both shooters that came from Williston. And our 2 shooters, Huber and Lloyd, were just outstanding. They did, an ESPN highlight reel of scoring goals and Matt Cooper making great saves.
Yeah, and I actually even talked to some people working at the arena, and they even said Friday night, Chris Osher, the public address announcer, he was saying that out of the 19 years working with Cyclone Hockey, that was one of the best games he's ever seen. Yeah,
it was a great game. It just goes to show you that the ACHA is getting better and better every year. There's lots of people, and I'm one of them, that is a proponent that the ACHA Division I, the top 10 teams, are probably as good as any NCAA Division I team. And we'd like to play more exhibition games with them. Unfortunately, they don't want to play, nothing to win for them, but at the same time I feel we're playing really well. The top 10 teams are really good, and it is good hockey, just like Chris Osher said.
Now let's just take a quick look at some of the highlights from this weekend's games. Okay.
Lots of good highlights for both nights, actually.
Yeah.
But Friday night in particular, that's a great opportunity.
And out of those highlights, we wanted to recognize a few players. Some of the players, such as the Player of the Week, John Fable, and he did a great job this weekend, and this is actually his 2nd time as Player of the Week.
You bet. He's playing outstanding, and I think it's going to be announced, if not by the end of the week, early next week, that he'll be a member of Team USA at the World University Games, along with Matt Cooper, both playing absolutely outstanding. JP Kazak is an alternate as well, and as you see these guys come in, just a great showing by these players, and we feel real good about it.
And quite a large turnout too to the games this past weekend.
Yep, it was a record for the season this fall semester. Friday's crowd was the largest, and that coupled with Saturday night's great crowd gave us the best attendance for the weekend.
Just more records to mark in the book for the upcoming games.
Oh, you bet, you bet. And I know our staff and marketing team members, along with a number of players, we're out going through the RCA. It's going to be RCA weekend this weekend with family weekend. So it's exciting when we have great crowds, and I know our players love it. Pep band creates a great impact. The cheer squad does an excellent job, and the marketing team, of course, keeping all the plates spinning, so to speak, just like the Ed Sullivan Show. You got to work real hard to keep those plates spinning.
That's for sure. Now we're going to take a quick break, and when we come right back, we'll have Coach Clark joining us with some great insight on D3 and his experience coaching.
Today is a special day. Today we gather as a nation and as an international community to recognize the selfless decision of one of the most influential women of our time. She's been recognized by religious figures and politicians around the world. To us, she's just Rachel. But to the rest of the world, she's the woman who, after having one too many drinks, chose not to drive home buzzed. Here today to honor Rachel is the family whose lives she spared.
What if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if everything familiar becomes anything but? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today. Learn how at ready.gov.
Welcome back, Cyclone fans. We are back, and joining us now is Coach Brandon Clark, former captain and player of Cyclone Hockey. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for joining us. So just starting off, tell us a little bit about yourself. And we hear you're studying now for your master's
Yep.
as well as coaching.
I'm originally from Spokane, Washington. I played here the last 4 years. I graduated in May. Majors in both business management and marketing. And shortly after graduation, I was offered a position as assistant coach to the D1 program and a co-head coach for the D3 program, and so that's kind of where I'm at now, and I'm working my master's in interdisciplinary studies.
That is awesome. How are you enjoying the new position?
I'm having a blast with it. You know, I'm learning a lot of new things, a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on that a lot of players can't appreciate as much because they don't see it. I'm having a great time with the coaching, with players, and trying to contribute and make the team better as a whole. So. It's been a great experience so far.
Has it been a hard transition going from playing games to like stepping back and having to tell people what to do?
You know what? I think, having had some leadership experience as a captain and assistant captain, and the hardest is difficult transitioning to one day just stop playing hockey and then get involved with coaching, especially coaching guys I played with. So there's more of a a personal relationship that I've built over the past couple of years. But then when it comes down to business and my new position and doing what I can do for the team as a coach and and all that behind the scenes things like that. So it hasn't been too difficult to transition, but there's the little stuff that are tweak and stuff, but it's been really smooth so far.
That's awesome. So speaking of our player of the week, John Fable, you've played with him and he's been selected for the second time. Can you talk a little bit about his playing and his skills with the team?
I couldn't say enough good things about John. I think he brings one of the best work ethics that I've seen. There's some guys who continually just do the right stuff and work hard and do the little things right every day, and I think he's a guy that's definitely done that. Good and academically, he really committed to making himself better overall, and so when you have a player with a personality like that, they can translate it, and that's typically how they play as well. So there's a person who puts his all into everything and doesn't take any time off. So I can't say enough good things about him and how he's been playing.
And Coach Murdoch, would you like to talk?
Oh, you bet. John Fievel is an all-around player. He's obviously leading the team in points this season, has led in every year that he's been here. He's been one of the top point men. He's able to score at full strength. He's able to score on the power play. He's able to score shorthanded. So that's the type of player that every coach dreams of having on the team. But he adds that dimension of also being able to play defense. He'll play solid. He won't be intimidated by anybody. He won't back away from battles in front of either net, our net or their net, and seems to pick the right time, to end little skirmishes like that before he gets a penalty and lets the other guy take his penalty. So good all-around player. He's definitely one of the players, one of the four seniors that are having an outstanding year already.
Yeah.
Along with Bennett, Kukulia, and thinking of Huber, the captain, man alive. Trying to think of who else is on the line, but the other guy's just a sophomore, so we don't talk about him for a year or two yet.
So how exactly do each week you pick the player of the week? What goes into that?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of feedback actually that occurs. There's feedback after Friday night's game. We have director of recruiting that has input, Eric Tofty. We have former players and former coaches, current volunteer coaches, Andrew Murdoch, Rick Hahn, several other alums that provide feedback pretty consistently. And then our current coaching staff, Coach Clark, Coach Fairman. I try not to get involved unless there's a debate on which person, but our director of communications coordinates that, Kevin Way, and does a great job, and then he does the news release that follows up afterwards. Pretty special.
Awesome. Yeah, it is a great honor.
I think they're going to give away a gold Cadillac this year to the guy that gets Player of the Week most often. Either that or the coach of the Player of the Week.
Who's gotten the most?
I think we've had players that gotten 3 or 4 times.
Brandon,
Clark, I think.
Yeah,
I think during the years
I don't know.
quite a few times.
I had a couple times.
A couple times.
I did, a few times during there.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here, and coming back, we'll talk to Coach Clark a little bit about D3 and what's up ahead for this weekend's games. Stay tuned.
Welcome. I understand you need a little help with your mortgage. Want to avoid foreclosure. Smart move. Candy? Well, you're in luck. We're experts in this sort of thing. Mortgage, rigmarole, whatnot.
Really?
Absolutely. And we guarantee results, for a small fee, of course. Such are the benefits of having a professional on your side. Why don't we get a contract? Who wants a contract?
Here you go, Pete.
Thanks, Betty.
Write a toner.
Sign it. Come on, sign it. Families around the country every single day, saving homes.
We will talk it over with.
If you're facing foreclosure, make sure you're talking to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE.
El vivir verde es asegurarse que el aire en su hogar es saludable para su familia. Asegúrese de hacer una prueba de radón en su hogar. Es fácil. Para saber más, llame al 866-528-3187. Proteja la salud y el bienestar de su familia. Haga la prueba de radón en su hogar. Eso es vivir de manera saludable y verde.
La prueba de radón, la salud la protege. Hazlo verde, verde, verde.
La prueba de radón es fácil. Solo llame al 866-528-3187.
Welcome back, Cyclone Hockey fans. We're back here live, and Coach Clark, so you are the coach for D3, and you recently traveled this past weekend. Can you just give us a little insight on those games and what it was like to travel?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm a co-head coach, myself and Jason Fairman, both co-head coaches, but one of us, is with the D3 team when they go on the road, and the other one is with the Division I team, helping out Coach Murdoch. So this past weekend, we went out to Lincoln, Nebraska, played University of Nebraska. It was a pretty good two-game series. We played them Friday night. We unfortunately lost 3-2. Friday, though, we came back with a win and won 5-4. So a pretty good turnaround. Yep, it's nice to get at least one win on the road. So that was.
How
good.
was the trip out there?
It was good. It was my first time traveling with the team this year, the Division III team, and I really enjoyed it. Getting to know the guys a little better, and it's a pretty short, smooth drive. So it went by pretty fast. Got in there, got a win, and came back home on late Saturday.
Oh, that's awesome. Are they playing this upcoming weekend?
Nope, they'll be. No, they won't be. Yes, they are playing this upcoming weekend. Sorry, where am I at? I have too many schedules. They'll be playing Robert Morris University in Chicago. So they'll be going. Coach Fairman will be traveling with them, and I'll be staying back here for the series against Ohio with our Division I team.
And Ohio, that's going to be a really exciting game.
Man alive, we owe them big time. We played them 4 times last year. We won 1 game in overtime. The other 3 games they beat us. They beat us pretty soundly in the second game of the weekend series here. They beat us 4-0 at Central State's championship game. And then they beat us in overtime at Nationals. So we owe them big time. No question about it. They've got a good team. They're currently 7-2. Checking out the statistics today, believe it or not, we're ranked 5th in the nation right now, but we're only ranked 3rd in the Central States League because even though it was an overtime win, you only get 2 points for an overtime win in the Central States League. So that bumped us down to 3. We've got a couple of other teams that are undefeated in the league ahead of us, and we certainly want to take it a weekend at a time, a game at a time, and Ohio University coming to town this weekend. I talked to their general manager, Dan Morris. He won't be traveling with them. He's had a different a job change back in Ohio, so that'll be a slight change, but one of their assistants has moved up to be assistant coach, head coach, and so they're already planning on being in town. And he said things change. They used to always take a traditional bus. Now Ohio, because of Iowa State, is taking a sleeper bus, trying to keep up with with Murdoch and Iowa State. So they'll be coming in overnight, Thursday night, Friday morning. Sure, they'll be practicing Friday. Game time on Friday is 7:30, and Saturday will be 7:30. And it'll be a barn burner. I'd get my tickets in advance. I'd call into our office, 294-6164. I'd get online and go to our website, cyclonehockey.com. Order your tickets in advance. You won't be out in the cold. Because I got a feeling there could be a blizzard this weekend, Friday and Saturday. That brings out the best hockey fans, but we don't want them out in the parking lot cold. It is family weekend, so there's going to be lots of families in town. I understand the pep band's families are going to be in town. Cheer squad families are going to be in town. The marketing team families are going to be in town. And our players' families are going to be in town. Our players have 2 families. They have their regular family, and then they have their home away from home family. So, man alive, there's going to be a crowd. They're going to be hanging from the rafters. There's no question about it. And remember, if the Cyclones score 5, McDonald's 5 for fries. Whoa, man alive, every fan in the building gets a coupon, 5 for fries. And we sweep on the weekend, and I want to sweep. We got to sweep. We must sweep. We've got to sweep to get a discount on Papa John's Pizza.
Yeah,
Papa John's Pizza. Holy cow! You get discounted pizza and it's really, really good.
Yeah.
And then the third thing, this is RCA weekend this weekend, Friday and Saturday. The house with the largest attendance, there'll be gals at the door with clipboards taking down the names of everybody from the various houses. And the house with the largest attendance gets a pizza party. And man alive, I'd be shooting for that.
So how are both of you approaching this upcoming game? It's huge, it's going to be exciting, and how are you keeping the team motivated? What goes into that as far as practices, and how do you go about preparing for this big game?
I would say a big part of it is having earlier in the week, and the past 2 days we've had pretty high tempo practices. A lot of battling to gain net position. That's been huge for us. I think this will be a physical series. Ohio is always good, so that's something that we know, and that's something that we have to adapt to when they come in. And I think also it's important for us to bring a physical game this weekend and a lot of speed to get a lot of shots on net, and really kind of just take it to them. And that's what you have to do. Ohio is a team that will keep coming back. You might get up on them, but they'll score, and they never quit. And so that's the mentality we've had throughout the season, is no quit. We've had great efforts all year, but that's something this week, a lot of battling, a lot of competing, and a lot of some skill stuff, but a lot of scoring as well. It's been a big emphasis.
We're fairly healthy right now. We'll have a lot of players, even though we're sending a D3 team on the road. The D1 team will have 13 forwards available to dress. We'll just dress 12 each night. We'll have 8 defensemen available to dress. We'll dress 7 each night. We'll have 3 goaltenders available to dress, and we'll dress 2 each night. So we're pretty healthy. We're pretty deep. We play our best hockey when we're physical. We play our best hockey when we jump out in the first period and then just bury them. And that's what we need to do to Ohio University. We can't give them any breathing room. We can't let up on them, because as Coach Clark has mentioned, they will come back. Last year, I think we had them down 4-0 in the first period. They kept picking away and ended up beating us 8-5. So those memories I still have, and I'm sure all the sophomore, junior, seniors still have those memories. So it's time to take it to Ohio University this weekend.
So what are some of the special happenings with Family Weekend? A lot of families are coming in town, as you said.
Yeah, I think the families of everybody, it's a gathering, and I think they're going to set up a tent. Our home away from home family parents, Sue and Tote Randall, help coordinate that. They'll have a barbecue. There'll be great food Friday night and probably Saturday night as well. I might mention they have opened the parking lot to the north for the Ag Show Center, and it's got 100 spots, paved parking lot. So fans, you'll be able to drive in from all over Iowa to come to the game and have a good parking spot. So it's going to be great with it being RCA weekend. I'll tell you right up front, people are looking for a winner to follow, and Cyclone Hockey's a winner all the way around. So we want to keep the ball rolling.
Sounds like a great weekend, and everyone should come out and attend. So what were the times again for this weekend's games?
Friday night at 7:30, Saturday night at 7:30. I'd try to get to the arena, no later than 6:30 to beat the crowd, get the best seats. We anticipate several groups that have signed up already for this weekend, and with it being RCA weekend, the house with the largest attendance getting a pizza party, they'll be coming too. So get there early. There's lots of stuff going on between periods. There's figure skating displays, there's minor hockey shows, there's chuck-a-puck, there's Scoro, there's 50-50, there's a little bit of everything. And it's a 3-ring circus, there's no question about it. Cyclone Hockey is exciting. Before the end of the week, we'll be on the radio again Thursday morning talking about the game times and all the events that are going on. We always go to the Breakfast Club. We'll have a couple of players and a couple of coaches on Friday morning at the Breakfast Club. So just lots of great stuff going on.
Yeah, and for all these great events to happen, we have a lot of sponsors too that help Cyclone Hockey.
You bet.
What are some of those?
Tremendous sponsors. We've got all kinds of people. Most of the board advertisements at the arena are our major sponsors. Scoreboard ads, Zamboni ads. Holy cow! There's a little bit of everything. And one of the great sponsors, of course, is Pizza Pit. They've been on board with us, I think, for over 2 decades. And
Wow.
we love the Pizza Pit crew. They're workers. They do such a great job. And Tom Northrup,
Oh,
what a
there
guy.
he is.
Tom Northrup, he's in the background. We should get him up here on the
Yeah,
screen.
we
But
should.
their pizza is so darn good, you can smell it coming in the door. Pizza Pit Pizza is #1.
In all of Ames, and maybe even Iowa,
I would say North America.
the world, the nation. So that's going to be all for us on this Tuesday evening. Thank you for tuning in, and be sure to come out to the game and have a great night. Go Cyclone Hockey!
Shannon's #1.
You guys go, good job.
8 p.m. in Howe Hall. Everyone is welcome to bring their families for Halloween-themed games and of course, trick-or-treating. Costumes are highly encouraged, and parking is available right off Sheldon Avenue in lots 2, 7, and 9, and also in lot 3 off of Bissell Road.
Students, start your engines, because this week, Diandra Leslie Pilecki will give a lecture based on her book, The Physics of NASCAR. The lecture, titled The Science of Speed, Faster, Stronger, Safer, is about the role that math and science play in racing. Leslie Pilecki works at West Virginia University as a physics professor and director of the West Virginia Nano Initiative. She has been recognized nationally for her research on nanomaterials, as well as advancing math and science education. The lecture will take place this Thursday in the sunroom of the Memorial Union. Starting time is 8 p.m. and it is free and open to the public.
The ISU Girls Power Mentoring Program is up and running as Iowa State students act as a positive role models and peer mentors for girls at local middle schools. Girls in 6th and 7th grade that go to Ames and Nevada middle schools are paired up with female students at ISU as part of the program.